They're scattered all over Seattle, spots of delightful green in all shapes and sizes, filled with bright flowers, vegetables, wildlife and art. Each one of the 90 community gardens reflects its unique neighborhood spirit. The Trolls Knoll, next to the popular Fremont neighborhood Stroll Under the Bridge, is tiny but quirky. The Interbay patch was created on top of an old landfill. Wallace Lorenzo Vlaskem gardens in the city's center rooftop experiment called Up Garden.
More famous to be like the gorgeous one that's right in front of Space Needle. And to me is the best place to be because it's peaceful. Originally it was setting up here because they want to show to everybody around like the world that you can garden everywhere. So it's like in the top of a parking lot. It was the best place that they could find to place the garden.
The community garden network known as P-Patch began here 50 years ago at what used to be the Picardo family farm in East Seattle. Viva Lovith has been gardening here since 1978. On this day she is experimenting with a beer trap to catch slugs.
We have people in charge of the orchard, in charge of the compost, in charge of the giving gardens. We have work parties and then a potluck. We have a salmon dinner. So those are all times where people can come together and, people can ask questions. Is it okay if I plant bamboo in my garden? And I was like, absolutely not. Bamboo spreads.
Seattle is one of the fastest growing big cities in the US, and urban growth is often associated with a loss of green spaces. Program supervisor Kenny Freedy says they're continuing to grow, with waiting lists to get a patch, especially downtown. Sometimes the spaces are planned, sometimes they happen organically.
It bubbles up from community interests, whether it be a nook in somebody's neighborhood overrun by illegal activity. And so they say, hey, how do we make this into a better, safer neighborhood? And they build a community garden.
The success for me would be to produce enough food for us to eat for dinner, for our family of 5, with items that I wouldn't typically buy at the store, that are perhaps too expensive even to buy at the store, like basil and lemon verbena, big artichokes, Romano beans. I also meet new neighbors who trade things with me all the time, and I get to try new varieties.
Bruce Swee and Christina Schaefer met at their garden solstice party and got married.
Are you familiar with the concept of the third place? The first place is your home, the second place is where you work, and the third place is the place where you are most of the time when you're not at places 1 and 2. So for a lot of people, this is our third place.
As many P-Patch members say, they came for the plants and stayed for the people. Natasha, Mozgovaya, VOA News, Seattle.